I think about when I'm doing toes to bar? Well, I try to think about compression as much as possible. That is the pike position, lifting your legs, your thighs up towards your chest. I try not to close my armpits unduly. I don't want to use too much lats to actually move my body, move my legs up. Lats are just kind of there in this movement as a stabilizer, just keeping your trunk stable as your legs come up. Again, your thighs to your chest is one way to think about it, or the toes to the bar is another way to think of it. What dawned on me as I taught this movement, especially the strict toes to bar concentric, is quite easy. It is keeping the toes to bar strict as you progress or as you descend through the eccentric, that lowering of the legs. That's where you really need to bear down on your lats, staying locked in and staying steady and stable. And you really need to control, again, across a huge range of motion at your hip flexor, control your abs and brace at your midsection, which is what really kind of adds to how powerful of a movement, or how potent of a movement this really can be if you perform it well. Now, if you're somewhere in between and you need to ball up to get your toes to bar, I would still encourage a slightly more extended leg on the descent, so you can kind of overload that eccentric and build up your ability over time. So it might be 2 months at a time of a progression, from progression to progression, where you might be balling up completely. Get your toes to the bar, then try to open and come down a little bit less tucked than as you started. And then over time, again, you might still tuck up, but come down with straighter and straighter legs. Again, your strict work should account, and this is rough, but your strict work should account for about 80% of your training pieces, and then work those 20% of training pieces into some kipping or kipping elements like kipping pull-ups or kipping toes to bar. Work on that strict strength, work on kipping as its own skill on its own, then when you need to put the two together, it's going to be no problem. Unless you have some specific competitive goals, I highly recommend doing mostly strict work. Let me know what you think. Good luck out there. Happy training.